This video is about step 3 of 5S implementation, that is shine or Seiso. Right, so here the focus of the team is to maintain a clean and safe work environment, right. So team performs critical cleaning. So by critical cleaning I mean deep cleaning. That doesn't mean only dusting and sweeping of the floors, because anyways, as in lean, cleaning or just removing the scrap does not mean just cleaning or dusting. It means removing of all kind of inefficiencies, right. So it means deep cleaning inside and outside. If you are working with the machines, you are working with the tools, they should be cleaned thoroughly. And basic maintenance. So by basic maintenance, then what it's meant over here is that if there is certain kind of basic repair which is which has to be made, or certain kind of basic painting work which has to be done, so that the things just become new, they don't get rusted, so it's all performed in this step. So we all know that poorly kept workplace is a sign of inefficiency. If the workplace is not kept properly, this means this means it's a clear sign of inefficiency of our managers, of the people who are responsible for that workplace, or the people who are working at that workplace. This means they are not very efficient people. Machines and workers working in dirty environments do not function at peak performance. Obviously, if your machines are not serviced properly, they are not cleaned properly, then if there is dust, there is oil spillage, anything like that, they won't work to the optimum performance. We know that. So you can just take example of your cars. We know that after some time, after certain few miles or whatever miles the car manual has just is mentioned over there, we need to get the servicing of the engine. What they do, they just change the oil, etc. Lubricants, they just add lubricants to the engine, and they just give a complete servicing to the car. They just check it that if everything is okay, wheel balancing is done. So what is that? It's a basic maintenance, right? And we have to get it after a certain time, like after the miles which have been mentioned, or it's a biannual or annual. Only then your car would be working in good condition for years. And people who do not do that, what happens? Obviously we see their cars broken down on the roads, right? So we know that maintenance is essential. Each gadget we buy today, if you just go in even for the home appliances, what we get a manual, and that manual has a specific section which tells how you have to maintain this thing, or how you have to clean it, right? Because the dust and everything, all this leads to variation, and it doesn't allow the things to function to the optimum performance, right? So cleaning has to be done, and so you need to educate your workers. You need to educate them of how they have to maintain, they have to give basic maintenance for the tools or the machines they are operating. And when our machines are not operating and the workers are not operating at peak performance, obviously it will result in losses in production and money. So true cleaning requires more than sweeping and dusting. All debris and contaminants that do not belong to the workplace should be eliminated. So the basic rule here is, which you need to follow, is that people who are working with certain tools, who are working with certain machines, they should be made responsible for the part they are working on, and they should be cleaning it. That should become a regular part of their duty. They should be cleaning it before use and after use, and it should be done regularly each day and every day. Then when we talk about shine, obviously it goes beyond clean. So here when we say it goes beyond, beyond clean, it means that you make minor repairs which need to be done, or some painting work. So here what a best example I can think of here is that even the phone charger, you have your basic phone charger, and if you think that at a certain point the wire has a nick or a cut, or it's broken from some part, you would try to fix it. So that you will maybe you'll put some tape on it or something like that, because you know that if you do not do it, what would happen? The complete thing will just go off, it will break off. So the basic maintenance has to be done by the people who are operating with the operating on those machines and tools. So they should know. Workers should participate in making basic repairs to all visible surfaces. If they see any kind of visible damage, it should be repaired by the workers there and then, and if they cannot, they should report it immediately. And repainting of equipment, walls, floors, any visible work area surface. Cleaner work environments motivate workers to maintain work area, that's absolutely understandable, and overlooking tiny defects amounts to growing problems. So it's a kind of a domino effect, you know. If you try to just put in the little bit small defects under the carpet, obviously they will show up in some big accident. And absolute elimination of all form of contamination is essential if you want that you just work to your best efficiency or to your optimum efficiency. Now that you know that where the team should focus in step 3, that is shine, so I am going to quickly go through all the steps you need to take to implement this phase. Right, so the first thing first is take a before photograph, as I have already discussed it, right, why it is important. And then coming to second part, cleaning should be part of daily activity and inspection. So what team should do is that, or the team managers should do is that they should make it a norm that before starting the work, the workers should give 5 to 10 minutes of cleaning, and after they finish their duty, they should again spend 15 to 20 minutes on cleaning. So make it their daily work, add it to their daily work routine. Cleaning indirectly leads to inspection. Obviously, when we are going to clean our machines, we are going to clean our tools every day, and we are going to clean our offices or workspace, it would be an indirect inspection. So it's a very good habit and we should just try to incorporate it. Find ways to prevent dirt, contamination and defects. So here they are asking us to just perform some kind of poker yoke. So poker yoke again is a lean tool and it's a very simple tool. The use of this tool is that to prevent defects before they occur, right. So if I have to give you a very simple example of how poker yoke is used or implemented and to which you can relate is that in 1990s or during that time, if you would see the cars, then the petrol tank or the fuel tank, the lid of the tank was not attached to the tank in any form. So it was just separate. So whenever people used to get the fuel thing, they just used to get the fuel for their car. So many times it would happen that they would either keep the lid on the the roof of the car, or it would be left in some way, and then it would lead to oil spillage. So how poker yoke was used? So they simply attached the lid to the fuel tank with some sort of a wire. So this is what poker yoke is. If we just see that, if we just go to public places like big malls or some big hotels, so what we see there, the taps which have, they are now automatic. Like you put your hands under the tap, the water will be there, and if you just get your hands away, the water would stop. So this is poker yoke. So basically it's a way that you try to prevent defects which just lead to any kind of contamination or anything. So we should try to find out ways. Now if we see that daily, we see that there is certain kind of dirt or contamination, so we should try to think that from where it's coming and how it can be prevented. Identify and tag every item that causes contamination. Now if you see there are oil spills, there are leakages, and you should try to identify those sources and tag them so that people should be careful and they should know that how it can be fixed. So obviously go in for some kind of root cause analysis, and just you can use the technique 5Y I just explained in my previous lecture. So you can use that technique to find causes of contamination so that you can take preventive or corrective actions. Now if you see that in certain machine you see that there is lot of oil spillage. Now you should always use the technique known as 5Ys and find out that why this machine is like spilling, why this oil is spilling. So just go in for root cause analysis. Keep log of all places or all tools or machines to be improved. So what you can do is that you can just put your item name, you can just make your own chart. This is my version of it. Just take an item name or number and write the machine name, like what is machine, you can, there can be many machines, or your office or your place can only have one machine. So either write its name or its number. Then what kind of checks you need to perform on it, like every day. So it's a kind of a nice checklist which would help you in your cleaning activity. So if oil levels have to be checked, residue from walls have to be checked, or you have to apply grease to it, so write all those kinds of check. You would know that this is my workplace and these things I need to perform. So you can make your own chart. And then mention the frequency, that what you need to do on daily basis, what you need to do on weekly basis, or more than twice. So for example, if this machine needs oil levels to be checked and it has to be checked daily, so the person would know that I have to do this job daily. And if the residue from walls has to be checked only weekly, so every Monday, keep a day for it, that it has to be checked every Monday. And once it's done, you can also add a checklist over here, so that it's done, you can just show it. So this way you can maintain the work records or the logbook. And applying grease, if it has to be done like twice a week, like Monday and Thursday, allot the days, so that you have a complete logbook and you know that these activities are being performed. And then the person name who is responsible for checking this machine, here I have just written William. And then the last step is take an after photograph. Now after you have just implement this shine phase in your company or your place of work, take an after photograph. Now that you understand what are the various steps you need to take to implement the step 3 of 5S implementation, so here I am just going to give you the exact form which you can use, that is the reference form which you can use when you start implementing this phase, that is the shine phase, right. So what you can see here, it's our aim is, we know we want to get a clean and safe work environment, and this is the implementation checklist. So basically you can check that whether you have performed these tasks or not. For example, photograph workplace before shine implementation, develop uniform inspection methods to track progress, explain the progress shine to workers, that what is this complete work about, establish your shine goals, get worker input to set criteria to evaluate the work area, clear and eliminate small imperfections to start with, assign cleaning and self-monitoring duties, and so on and so forth, strict poster and shine calendars in the work areas. So you can just, once you are doing this, you can keep on checking if you have performed all these tasks, and if you have not, you can just come back and perform these. So this again is the checklist. I have left some places empty so that if you want to customize it, you want to add few steps of your own, you can do it. And then these are again the reference steps which you can just go back and refer to when you are actually implementing your shine form. So you don't need, you simply just take this paper, you can download this paper, keep it with yourself and start implementing. So for example, for preparation, you eliminate unclean area, surface where possible, get the cleaning supplies. And when you have to, then these are the implementation part, that what you need to do it. For example, stock appropriate cleaning supplies, assign individuals to maintain supplies, cleaning solvents and supplies should be accessible and they should be non-damaging. And then you need to create a shine calendar. So you have to create a shine calendar with dates and times marked. I have created one for you, you can just check it. Rotate tasks, dates, times to eliminate conflict, that means keep on rotating the duties. Educate workers on proper procedures. Develop cleaning checklist for work area, and post calendars in work area for reference, right. Once your shine calendars are ready, whose duties to clean what, they should be just all posted. Post these calendars in the shine area. So get nice printouts, colorful printouts, and post them in various areas so there is no confusion. So this is the work duty task time, that is the name of the person, what is his regular duty, time, and then the 5S duty. Here you need to write the shine duty, and whatever his shine duty is the time that he has to perform that duty for. And this is a shine calendar which I have developed. You can just fill it up according to your needs. For example, it's an event, that what is supposed to be done, description, that what the thing is and how it has to be performed, the person who is responsible, date and time. If you want, you can customize your own. So this is my version. And this is a shine analysis form. I was just telling you about the various steps you need to take, I told you that if there is certain problem, if you think that there is certain problem which is reoccurring regularly, so you just go in for root cause analysis. So here how this is how you can do it. For example, here the question is where, that is where the problem is located, write the answer to it. Then what is the problem, write the answer to it. Who is responsible to take action, this means this machine or this part is taken care by whom or who is working on that, write the name of that person. When, that is when you need to implement the solution to it. and how this solution has to be implemented. So once you're just writing all these answers, you will find out that how you can fix this issue, right? So this is here. I'm going to just stop this shine phase, and we will start with our fourth phase in the next video.